Tonight we are getting curious as we take a look at the American classic based on the children's book series that follows a monkey and a man with a big yellow hat. Yes, it is Curious George. The show follows George as his curious nature often gets him into trouble and is then taught lessons by other characters in the show. The show first aired in 2006 and has since aired 198 episodes and 3 specials over 15 seasons. So now that we have the background, let's take a look at a couple of episodes. First up we have Book Monkey. So the narrator explains that George and the man are heading to the library to return their books. The man exclaims how big the library is as George is shocked. The man asks if George is excited for a new book as George looks at his book. The man then explains he can renew the book if he wants to keep it. George is stunned as he then is happy as the narrator explains he has read the book 18 times. George rushes to get the book renewed as they can't find the librarian. She then comes out behind some books as they explain George wants to renew his book. She does it as she then complains that the place is a mess and wants someone to help her. George then says he can do it as the man then says he has got to go somewhere. So the man leaves as George helps the woman put the books away. He has to separate the books out as he then does that. He is very good as he does all the jobs. So the alarm goes off as it explains 5 book clubs have arrived at once. The librarian is shocked as she tells George he is in charge. The lady runs off as George is happy. The narrator explains as George wonders what to do. He goes to put all the books away as the place is then packed full of people. He is happy as some guy then comes over and asks for a book. George attempts to find the book for him. They search for a yellow book but they get the wrong one. George picks all the yellow books out as he can't find the right one. George is stumped as he finally finds the right one. The guy is happy as he walks away. George can't believe how hard it is to find the books, so he goes to sort out the books by color. He completes the job as the place is clean and tidy. The chef comes out and says he can't find a book either, so George goes to help, but the chef doesn't know what color the book is as he says it is very big. George is stumped as he looks through the big books. The chef says it is a huge book as he finally finds the right one. The chef is happy as he makes a lot of noise. George is tired as the narrator says sorting them out by color didn't work, so George goes to change them around. George orders the books from biggest to smallest as he then goes to sit down. But some kid comes over and says the books are in a mess as he explains the books are in the wrong place. George tries to explain what he has done to the books as the kid can't believe it. He explains how libraries are meant to work as George tries to figure out a plan. The kid suggests putting them together by subject as they work together to change the place again. They are happy as the woman returns and says the place looks great. The kid boasts as the woman tells them the right order to place them as George is happy. The woman says the order is a little confusing as we then see George and the man leaving the library. The man asks if George wants to help every week as George says no. Suddenly the woman comes out with George's book as he is happy again. They head off as the episode then ends. Next up we have Downhill Racer. So the narrator says George loves cars as he is playing with his toys. Some girl tells George to start the race as he lets go of the car down the track. It zooms around as a squirrel jumps out of the way as the car flies into some newspaper kid's bike. He says they should have seen them at the derby as he explains how fast he was riding. He says he lost a wheel as George is stunned. The man comes out and explains they are talking about soapbox racing as the kid explains there is one today. The kid shows off his car as the man is impressed. The kid says he built it himself as the man can't believe he has a parachute as George says he wants to build one himself. The man is stunned as the kid gives them the rulebook. The man says he was a racer back in the day as the kid says he can't help otherwise that would be cheating. The man says they can use anything around the house as he then walks off. The other kid says the race starts at 2 as he goes off. George and the girl read the book as the narrator says neither of them can read. The girl says the book should have more pictures. George then finds a picture as he sees what they need for the car. The girl explains how it works as George is happy. The narrator says they can build a car as the girl says they should just follow the pictures as they go to the barn to find some items to build with. They decide to take the wagon as the man comes out and drops his soil. So some woman is looking at some house as George and the girl come over as they explain they are looking for car parts. The the woman says they can take anything they see. The woman then heads off as they then spot a boat as they say they can use them as the seats. They take it as the woman is then surprised they took the kayak, so they take it back to the barn as the narrator explains what else they need. They spot all the wheels and stuff as they test everything out. They get to building their cart. They then try to push it as it then breaks. They can't believe it as George says the wheels aren't working. He suggests using the wagon as the girl can't believe it. So they use it as they put the boat on top of that. George tries to move it but it breaks again. George then dreams of how it would work in a race as it doesn't go well. The narrator explains how they want the wheels to stick onto the boat. They try to figure out how to keep the two parts together as he comes up with a plan. So George works away as he finally gets everything together, so they check everything off as they don't have a break. The cart goes flying as it then gets caught on a stick. Some guy arrives and asks if they are riding in the race as it starts in 10 minutes. The girl says they need a break as the man says he can't help. His cart then rolls away as he goes to stop the cart. George and the girl overhear him as they then go to steal it from the guy, so they get it onto their cart as the girl says they can test it later. They push the cart away as they accidentally knock the stick from the guy's cart. It rolls down the hill as George and the girl are also riding down the hill. So at the race, everyone is ready as George arrives. They start the race as everyone gets going. The guy's cart is just chasing them as the woman shouts that it is her boat. So they roll down the hill as the guy then tries to catch up with his cart. Suddenly the kid's wheel falls off as he is out of the race. Chaos unfolds as the guy jumps onto his cart and wins the race. The announcer says George came second as the episode then ends on that note. Finally we have Big Bad Hundley. So George is in a lift with a kid as the narrator explains George is always discovering new things as they trip over a dog. The bellboy says it is Goliath as his owner has moved into the building. The sausage dog checks him out as Goliath then storms off and heads to bed. Suddenly there is a delivery as they get a lot of new packages. They say to put it in the basement as they can't get the bin over a ramp as the phone goes off. The sausage dog goes to answer it as all of a sudden Goliath picks it up and storms over to the bellboy. The bellboy answers the phone as the sausage dog is upset. He dreams up how he will be out of a job if Goliath sticks around. So they push the bin in as Goliath returns the phone. They head into the lift as the bellboy is boasting about how Goliath is great. George sees the sausage dog is upset as the kid then looks at Goliath. He says the sausage dog should be taller as he suggests stilts, so they go to test some as the sausage dog is confused as George nearly falls into some glasses. The sausage dog is scared as George finishes on the stilts. The kid says the sausage dog should have a go as George dreams it up as it doesn't go well. The kid says they should make stilts you don't have to hang on to as they see some high heels as they make their own boots that are 10 feet tall. They put them on as it doesn't go well. The dog falls over as he then rushes to bed. The kid is stumped on what to do as George then thinks of something. So George is looking around the store as he then comes across a mirror. It makes him bigger as George then dreams it up. George suggests to the kid they should use the mirror to make the sausage dog bigger as they take it away. So at home they get the sausage dog to look at it as the mirror then makes them look smaller. So they hide it from him as they can't believe how the mirror works. The narrator explains how it works as they mess around with it. They figure out how to make them taller as they then show off to the sausage dog. He is very impressed as he then rushes away to tell the bellboy. Goliath knocks keys on the floor as the bellboy is happy to see the sausage dog. So some woman says she has lost her keys as the bellboy goes to look for his keys but can't find them. Goliath knocks them down the drain as the sausage dog sees what happens. He tells the bellboy where they are as he doesn't believe the dog. So George comes out of the lift with the mirror as the kid asks what is going on. So they put the mirror up as they look for the keys as the sausage dog then goes off to get the keys himself. He gets into the air vents and gets the keys as the bellboy overhears what is going on. They save the dog and the keys as he is happy. They say a big dog couldn't have done that as the sausage dog is happy with himself. He then looks at himself in the mirror as they are happy to mess around with it. They get everyone involved as a man arrives at the hotel. The dogs work together as the kid says there is good things about all different sizes as they mess around in the mirror as the episode then ends. What is there to say about Curious George? It was just a classic kids show, silly plots as George learnt more about the real world and the show taught us new stuff about many things. Who doesn't love George and the man in the yellow hat? The animation style was a great choice and really stands out from other shows. Overall, Curious George is no doubt a must-watch. So thank you for watching. If you have any TV shows you like to see me do, put them in the comments.